In 2020, a guy from Ohio found an unopened box of Pokémon cards in his attic. Not just any box, this was a sealed 1999 first edition booster pack set, the holy grail of childhood nostalgia and cardboard treasure. He'd inherited it from his younger self, who was clearly wiser than his adult brain could ever hope to be. While most of us threw away or traded our childhood collectibles for pocket change, this guy decided to hold on to his dusty box like it was a golden ticket to Willy Wonka's financial factory.
Turns out, he was right. In the pandemic year of stay-at-home chaos, Pokémon cards soared like an economic stimulus package for nerds. That same box, unopened and untouched for 21 years, sold for over $50,000 at auction. Yes, 50 grand for what's basically glorified cardboard with cartoon monsters. Investors typically drool over Tesla or Bitcoin. This dude made a better call with Pikachu and friends, because obviously, the stock market doesn't stand a chance against a mint-condition Tamagotchi or, a sealed Charizard card.
Why did this absurd decision work? Simple, nostalgia is a powerhouse. The Pokémon brand combines the 90s childhood nostalgia with the scarcity of unopened first editions. In 1999, the cards were mass-produced, but most boxes got opened and scattered to the four winds. Finding one perfectly sealed after 2 decades is rarer than a calm day on Wall Street. Also, the pandemic triggered a collectibles boom. People stuck at home suddenly had money to burn and no concerts or bars to spend it on. So, instead of a night out, they dropped thousands bidding on nostalgic toys.
From an investment perspective, this is emotional arbitrage in action. Buy low when you're a kid who doesn't realize the value, and sell high when everyone else suddenly remembers they wanted one too. The market for physical collectibles has shown returns far exceeding some traditional assets during weird market cycles. That said, it's risky, unpredictable, and you really need to be the kind of person who can resist the temptation to rip open the box and play the game.
But what about the plot twist? Our Ohio hero did sell the box for a tidy sum, but here's the kicker. He bought the whole collection back for just $30,000 after the auction because the winning bidder flaked out. So effectively, he pocketed $20,000 for free, or a 66% immediate return on a box he wasn't even trying to sell initially. It's like accidentally discovering you own a Tesla and selling it for the price of a used bike, then somehow getting it back and still making bank. Meanwhile, most of us are still trying to find loose change in the couch.
Speaking of your couch, let's get real. While you're probably still paying off that $400 IKEA couch or the latest smartphone on a payment plan, this dude just flipped childhood memories into a small fortune. Your life might feel less like a viral auction and more like a never-ending subscription to bills and endless Zoom calls. But hey, at least your investments aren't collecting dust in an attic, right? Then again, maybe they should be.
Here's the actual takeaway. Alternative investments are weird but potentially profitable. Not everyone has the temperament or luck to cash in on Pokémon cards, but emotional value drives markets you wouldn't expect. Whether it's sneakers, comic books, vintage tech, or even signed napkins from celebrity diners, value is often about scarcity plus sentiment. If you want to diversify beyond stocks and bonds, understanding cultural trends and niche collectibles can give you an edge. But remember, the moment something goes viral, it can just as quickly become worthless. So treat these like fun side bets, not your entire portfolio.
For instance, take the guy who invested early in limited edition Nike sneakers and turned a $200 pair into $5,000 in less than 5 years. Or the Marvel Comics collector who held on to first printings of Spider-Man and watched their value multiply as the superhero universe exploded at the box office. And then there's the classic example of vintage Hot Wheels cars, where a 1969 Red Baron model recently sold for $70,000. These stories all share one theme. Rarity plus fandom equals cash. And if you don't believe me, just check eBay listings at 2 a.m.
Now, to wrap up this financial madness, if your portfolio feels as dusty as that attic box, don't panic. You don't need to invest in Pokémon cards to be financially savvy. But maybe keep an eye on the weird stuff. It's often where the real action is hiding. Because in a world obsessed with algorithms and ETFs, sometimes the wildest investments come from your childhood bedroom, not a Wall Street conference room.
And here's an absurd quote to ponder. Investing in bananas might seem risky, but at least they don't crash like cryptocurrencies unless you slip.
So, if you enjoyed this weird dive into human finance, subscribe for more tales of ridiculous money moves and send this to your weirdest friend. Because if anyone deserves to know about sealed Pokémon cards making millions, it's them.